Alright, before we start, I want to make this very clear that my videos and any video after this or before this are not made for kids. Let's get to it. So I can't help but notice that it has now been two separate instances of either churches misusing funds or outright demanding them from the unbeknownst person, or what we in the legal field like to call a layperson. A layperson is just your simple human being who might not understand legal terminology that effectively. I have now seen two different encounters with people on various religious levels, such as that one incident with the megachurch pastor involved in Texas who got released from prison after serving 6 months for a very particularly heinous crime that I will not name. And then for the other one, it was the spiritual advisor to Donald Trump, who on video was caught essentially forcing people to hand over their hard-earned money. I can't help but wonder if that has anything to do with some potential issues on the back end, or there's a major funding issue, or funds are being misappropriated like I think they're being. So to misappropriate funds and misusing them is essentially taking money that people donate to a church or a collective cause like a charity event, and you or someone on a particular level, such as this incident with the spiritual advisor, misuses that money for their own personal gain and does not actually put anything towards the church. However, because churches are the least audited things out of any kind of business, it's really difficult to tell what someone could be looking for if they have reason to suspect that their church is not using the money that they're donating properly. And then concerning the Texas, I think it was Texas or it was Oklahoma, it was one of those two. Feel free to correct me in the comments if you want. It was where they used their money and their influence to get out of prison for a very nasty crime that I'm not going to dive into. So I just really can't help but notice these two little observational issues, but it really makes me wonder how often churches actually are using the funds for their own uses inside of the church, like paying for the facility, paying for the upkeep of the facility. If they're trying to keep the old-timey aesthetic, like I have seen some churches within communities keep their outside appearance of that nature. So if there is a particular issue to look out for, if you think your church is scamming you out of money, which I hope they're not, I hope they're using that for their own personal good, that the church, that is, just be on the lookout to make sure that the church is actually using the money properly. And I really can't think of anything else. That's kind of it. I just wanted to yap a little bit, kind of some observational things I've started noticing. If there's any more, I will obviously make a post about it. But apart from that, have a nice night, have a good day, and stay legal.